come look at this because they caught a big fish in Australia, and this fish weighs as much as a panda. You got to see this to believe it. All right, look. A monster fish that weighs as much as a panda found on an Australian beach. A mystery fish believed to weigh around 150 kilograms. That's 330 pounds. So it's like 3 of me. Picture 3 of me.
That's scary.
Yeah. Found washed up on a Queensland beach. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Fish and chips, anyone? This person says. That's not funny. If you fed this meat to anyone, they might get very, very sick. The meat is definitely spoiled. I wouldn't think it's safe to consume this carcass. That's a very, very big fish. It's a big fish. This person says it's extraterrestrial, and put a little alien face here. And I see no reason to think that this came from anywhere except for the oceans here on planet Earth. This person says, here's your shape of water. So, like the movie. And this person says the ocean is terrifying, but look at their face. Can you see that? That's an angry face. Don't be afraid. The ocean's not terrifying, really. You're not if you're not in it. If you're on the ground, the ocean's fine. And this person says, I, for one, do not welcome our new fish overlords. Well, I do if they're going to be pushovers like this. This fish just tried to crawl up on dry land and immediately expired. I'm going to find out more about this. It's important that we stay abreast of the news, and these current events need to be studied and understood. I've never seen anything like it. 150-kilogram fish found washed up on Queensland Beach. Let's take a look at this video for evidence. Is it a man in a fish costume? That looks like a knee right there. No, probably. You gotta be goddamn kidding. Swear to God, I'm just trying to make a video to teach people about fish. Alright. Yeah, that's a very convincing video. I don't know what this all is. That worries me. That must just be skin that came off. Yeah. What do you think, Aves? You can see all the flies. And then watch, he's got a nice big smile on him right here. You can't fake that. You can't fake that. He's like, ta-da! Yeah, that's real. Monster fish nearly 2 meters long and about 150 kilograms has been found by a couple taking a stroll along a beach at Bundaberg in southern Queensland. John and Riley Lindholm came across the animal while walking down Moore Park Beach on Tuesday afternoon. The couple were visiting from Hastings in Victoria and planning to make a move to the region. Mr. Lindholm has spent his life around fish, working as a charter skipper, but said he had no idea what it was. It's a fish. Clearly. I've seen a lot of fish, and I've seen a lot of big fish, but I've never seen anything like it, Mr. Lindholm said. That's how Australians talk. I thought it might have been a groper, but looking at its head shape, it still might be a groper, but it just doesn't seem to fit with what other people up here have told me. Took my breath away. Mr. Lindholm estimated the fish was 1.5 to 1.7 meters long. We should have listened to Jimmy Carter in the 1970s. We ended up not learning the metric system, so to Americans this means absolutely nothing. That's like what, like 6 centimeters? Like approximately 4 inches? What do you mean? It was almost as tall as me. Riley's disappointed she didn't get me to lay down beside it so she could get a better photo. Mr. Lindholm said. He probably laughed after he said that. His wife wanted him to lay next to the dead fish. I'd estimate its weight in the range of 150 kilograms to 170 kilograms. Means nothing to Americans. It was a big, big fish. That does mean something to Americans. He said it was the most unusual things, or one of the most unusual things he had ever come across. I've seen whales wash up on the beach, but the size of this and the kind of fish it was, it took my breath away, he said. I hope he doesn't say too many more things. Mr. Lindholm said they posted photos on a local forum on social media to see if anyone could identify the creature. It's a fish. There's a fair bit of speculation. It could have been a cod, could have been a groper. Baby, will you look up how to spell, like, okay, how to pronounce groper? Groper. Andrea says that's grouper, and I think grouper has a U in it. I've never heard of a groper before, except for Harvey Weinstein. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if we can figure this out right now. What is it? If we actually do a cross-reference here and look up what a groper looks like, and then, like, while it's alive. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Groper is in it, like, if you look up groper on Google, like, immediately a bunch of politicians show up. Okay, so this is that's look. Anyway, this is a groper right here. Yeah, right there. Let's compare that. I don't see any similarity there at all. Let me see if there's a different kind of groper. And still, you know, Andrea says, let's see. Here's an article that has another picture of a groper. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit better. The lips there, look, he's sad, he's frowning. But if we're going to ID this fish, I think we're going to need more photo evidence like this to compare it against. Science. I do love the science. Ooh, look at this from the side. See that fin that they've circled? That means everything. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen a lot of fish, and its pectoral fin, right down near the tail, looked a bit odd. It sort of looked like it had a joint there. And if it had the same on the other side, that could be exactly what it is. This egg, it's a groper or a triple tail. He said it had not appeared to have any physical damage to suggest it. It looks pretty physically damaged to me. To suggest it had been hit by a trawler or injured in some other similar way. I think it just may have reached the end of its lifespan and basically expired. That's a good theory for why it died. It's a good theory. It's a good working theory. He said they went back the next day and the fish was gone. Somebody else took it. If you find something like this on the beach, you take it home right away, because somebody else is going to find it and say, nobody's looking, and then they're going to take it themselves. Definitive identification. That's actually a kind of a mouthful. Definitive identification difficult. Wow, authorities say. A spokesperson for Queensland Boating and Fisheries Patrol, QBFP, said it had consulted with experts at the Queensland Museum to identify the species of fish. Although the condition of the fish made a definitive identification difficult. One more time. Definitive identification difficult. It appeared to be a Queensland groper, the QBFP said. How the fish came to be washed up on the beach and its cause of death also could not be determined, said the spokesperson. The Queensland groper is a no-take species. Well, tell that to the person who took the fish off the beach. Yeah, it's good to just kind of stay on top of the news. Most of us have never seen anything like it, but now we have. Now we have seen something exactly like it, and here it is. Very big, alleged Queensland groper that died of natural causes. Yeah.
That actually is funny, but
Well, it's spelled. Okay, how do you spell grouper? Will you look it up real quick? I don't know. It looked to me like groper. Well, it's sign.
it's not very put together.
It's no secret at all that I couldn't do this channel if it wasn't for support from you, my subscriber base, and my Patreon donors. If you'd like to join this community by pledging $1 or more per month, go check out the link in the description below. And I thank you.